want to see analysis and document of events before Nigeria's independence, the book to go to is Nigeria, Africa's Failed Asset. Can you see this book? I'll talk more about this book. So now, before Olanihun Ajayi died, I interviewed him. He's the author of this book. I think Baba died at the age of 90. He was an Awoist, a great scholar, a super lawyer. When you say an intellectual, Olanihun Ajayi was an intellectual. And one of my dreams as a journalist was to interview him before his death. And that day I had the opportunity to travel to Ijebu-Ode to meet him in his house. At that age, he was able to articulate his point. So, he comes in here. Let's listen to Olanihun Ajayi talking about the North. Do you think the North is ready for a restructured Nigeria?
Well, I will prayerfully hope so, because it is the only blessing that Nigeria may have. But I know they will feel a bit tardy in doing so, because they profit a great deal about the present structure of the country, which is against political geometry, absolutely contrary to political geometry, completely. We are different nationalities, different countries. We don't have proper federal system. We should have true federal system. If you have true federal system, there will be peace and progress in this country. We have been sovereign for 56 years, and we are like a small child of 3 or 5 years who cannot walk. If you compare us with Brazil and Malaya and Singapore and Russia and India, where are we?
You said Britain broke all the virtues, ethics, and moral standards.
Yes.
Do you still see Britain that way?
Of course, yes.
You've not changed your perception.
No cause to do so.
You still see them as collaborators in the mess Nigeria is?
Up to now, let them come to tell me that they don't have a think tank stationed in either Oxford or Cambridge to come out and tell me so. Or that the North has no think tank in America working for them up to now.
So what is stopping the Southwest from having its own think tank working for it?
Look, the West will always incline itself to where power is. Power is not here. Power is in the North.
Always in the North.
It has been in the North since independence.
And now the West is still tagging along.
Unfortunately.
Awolowo refused to tag along.
Well, what happened to him?
He paid for it, right?
He paid for it.
Dearly?
Yes. Abiola did. Abiola did.
Will anybody pay again?
I don't know. But a person like me, I will continue the way I have been doing, telling the world what happened to this country, why this country is like a little child of 5 years who cannot walk.
State Affairs with Edmond Obilo is live.
Yes, that's Olanihun Ajayi. I had that interview with him in 2016. He's the author of this book, Nigeria, Africa's Failed Asset. Let's look at the description of this book. It's a thoughtful, well-researched and revealing account of the behind-the-scenes moves that led to the creation of Africa's most populous nation. The book talks about the shaky foundation on which Nigeria is planted in reckless disregard of the settled principles of federalism, leading inevitably to the quagmire in which Nigeria finds itself. The book also analyzes how Nigeria has fared in view of the enormous resources at her disposal. Comparing Nigeria with similar countries, the book comes to an almost irresistible answer that Nigeria is fast racing to the bottom, while others are pushing up. All hope may not be lost after all, as the book offers a permanent solution to the insolvable problems plaguing the Nigerian state. Nigeria, Africa's failed asset, is simply an unputdownable historical source book. Get a copy on udarabooks.com. You can also purchase a copy on the number pinned to the stream. You can also contact me on WhatsApp on 080 18449. If you are interested in getting a copy of this book, we have about 7 copies left. You can contact me on 080 18449, or you WhatsApp the number pinned to this streaming, and you would get your copies. Or you can go on udarabooks.com and get one. I am looking at the Nigerian question